Judas Priest just posted something which made all of their fans all around the world absolutely freak out. All of a sudden, all of the official Judas Priest social media accounts simply went black, with all of the band's Instagram posts disappearing and all of their profile pictures and cover photos being replaced with simply black images, without any prior notice or message accompanying it.
How much more black could this be? And the answer is none.
And here's the thing, I was actually on Facebook scrolling through my feed when that happened, and this got me and thousands, if not millions, of Judas Priest fans all across the world absolutely freaking out. For since there were absolutely no captions to any of those pictures, your twisted mind immediately thinks the worst. Even more, me being a huge Judas Priest fan, I can actually open up and share that this was actually really scary. And I live in Ukraine!
Exactly.
But after relentlessly refreshing the page for roughly 3 minutes, the fans were finally calmed down after seeing the much anticipated message, "Coming soon." So what is it? What is the big announcement which is coming soon? Well, while there is of course a possibility that we're getting another box set, I don't actually think that this is the case. Or at least I truly hope so, that Judas Priest would not do this to us.
Nothing new.
For the thing we all of course are anticipating is the new album by the legendary heavy metal band. And here's the thing, we all of course know that Judas Priest has been working on the follow-up to Firepower for at least 2 years now. In fact, 2.5 years ago, Rob Halford already told me that the band had the new album mapped out. And just a couple of months ago, another Judas Priest member, Richie Faulkner, has joined me on the show and said that they hope to release their new record in 2024, as pretty much all of the recording was done by that point, and that the next steps for the band were to mix and master it, and then wait for the vinyl and CD manufacturing companies to produce the physical records.
Nice.
But here's the most interesting thing. A couple of weeks before that, Biff Byford of Saxon also spoke to me about how he is getting ready to work on a new Saxon album with nobody else but the producer Andy Sneap. Yes, the same Andy Sneap who's been the touring guitarist for Judas Priest for the last couple of years, as well as the band's co-producer, together with the legendary Tom Allen. And last week, Biff Byford finally has posted the image of himself and Andy Sneap in the studio as they commenced the work on the upcoming Saxon album, which leads me to believe that Andy Sneap, who of course was free from touring this summer, has finished the work on the Judas Priest follow-up to Firepower, which means that by now everything is ready for the band's 19th studio record to see the light of day. But there is more. In just a couple of days, Judas Priest will be hitting the stage with the legendary AC/DC, Iron Maiden, Guns N' Roses, Metallica and Tool at the Power Trip Festival. And in my last video speculating on what we will see in that festival, I actually pointed out that if the band works really hard through the summer, we might actually hear the first single of the upcoming record live from the stage of Power Trip, and possibly even a simultaneous release of the new single on all the streaming services alongside the announcement of the new record. Which, if this is true, means that we're finally on the verge of a very exciting time for all of the Judas Priest fans. The time when we will finally be getting bits and news of the upcoming record for us to discuss and speculate on. Like for example today's inconsistency in logos posted on the official website and Instagram stories.
What?
For in case if you did not notice, the logo which was posted by the band on their official website is actually the updated logo with the Judas Priest cross, which the band has been using actively since 2005. Yet the logo which they posted on the Instagram stories is actually the original 1970s and 80s logo created by Roslav Zaibo, and more specifically its second reiteration, which has seen the light of day on Hell Bent for Leather. So does that mean that the band will be going back to their original logo, or that this record might in some way be tied to the 80s releases? No idea. But I guess we will find out very, very soon. But these were actually not all the classic heavy metal news for today. For the person who decided to put a cherry on top of the cake for us today was nobody else but Bruce Dickinson, who posted this short video on his newly created Instagram account. While some might say that, hey, there's nothing special here, we all know that Bruce Dickinson is currently promoting his upcoming solo album, the Mandrake Project, I believe that this video might actually be even more exciting than the Mandrake Project announcement itself. For here's the thing, we all knew for a while that Bruce Dickinson's new solo album is coming sometime soon. Even more, we knew that it is coming sometime in 2024. Yet one of the biggest questions for all the Iron Maiden fans was in fact whether his longtime friend and guitarist Adrian Smith will be joining Bruce and Roy Z on this record. And I believe that this reel actually answers this question. And yes, the whole fact that Adrian Smith will be joining Bruce Dickinson outside of Iron Maiden once again has not simply increased, but actually multiplied my personal interest in the Mandrake Project. But anyways, one thing is absolutely clear, that all of us metal fans are about to get treated with some new music by our favorite artists, which I personally simply cannot wait for. And what about you? Please let us know in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching this very short and spontaneous video, guys, and we will prevail. Slava Ukraini!